Hi, this is Attila16 and this is another video of my campaign at Legendary with the Romans. In this case I'll be fighting a fairly sizable army made of barbarian. So a bunch of Celt essentially. Different type of Celt. So and I will face that with a pretty powerful legion. Mostly made of reliable legionnaire, which also have some experience. So that might make things easier for me. And let's get into position. So I will be deploying my skirmisher perhaps in front. And I will deploy... Let's see. Okay, about... Okay, I will deploy my legionnaire onto a line. Like this. And my general will be in the back because he is good at attracting the enemy missile fire. So let's advance forward now. For those that wonder how I move my army like that, it's the up arrow. So that is how. So we're moving forward now. And that's a lot of mercenary spearmen actually, which I'm not sure if they're equally good or bad, but it should not be much of an issue for my troops. I guess perhaps I should make my troops walk, this way they won't get exhausted that fast. As you can see, the pace is much slower because of the close combat mod. And this actually looks like a formation, which is much more similar to the one in the original Rome Total War. I remember so many battles where there was an insane line of Gauls fighting me. It was pretty cool. So let's see. Well, that seemed to be a two-line formation. All the slingers and missile unit in front, followed by a horde of tribesmen, which are not particularly dangerous normally. And my infantry is coming slowly. I have a lot of skirmisher in front. I have my velites, which might be competent enough to fire some fire javelin. I can see that the enemy line is really extending quite a bit. I think I might actually take the chance of deploying my legions into a single line, like this. And I will simply, as I move forward, assign different target my different legions, so that they all have at least one target to destroy. Missile infantry ready. And my missile infantry, I suppose I should probably make them target specific targets as we get into the fight. Alright, so I'm about to be in position to advance. The thing is that by extending my line like this, I might reduce the capacity of my troops to morally support an enemy attack. But I'm fairly confident in my troops because they do have experience, so they might be able to actually put a good fight there. Okay, let's advance toward the enemy.
In service to Rome.
And as I advance, I will assign different targets. There we go. Now, I guess I'm a little I'm benefiting from the fact that I'm using the debug camera, which allows me to zoom out much more. So I guess in terms of difficulty, this is a little easier. Nonetheless, I don't think it does that much difference. Like, anyway, it's just the troops doing what they're supposed to do. Okay, what's a little annoying right now is that the enemy is mixing the card, as you can see, literally.
Our hidden units have been discovered.
So they're just mixing all the cards. Now, in case you wonder, I'm holding spacebar to actually see all the direction of my troops. Okay, so here I now need to correct the heading of my troops. Because the AI apparently enjoy mixing the cards. I'm assigning different target now. Okay, there we go. That seemed to make more sense. Okay, well, here my skirmisher are engaging whatever is close to them, which means usually that group of skirmisher over here. And I will order my legionnaire to charge in, which will lead to a pretty intense fight. Having all those legionnaire rushing in. That's a pretty... that will be a pretty long line battle. Here my Praetorian are routing the enemy. That's a battle like we like them. Coming through. Let's advance my skirmisher closer to the fight. There we go, I'm pushing them through. Of course, these are just spearmen, so they're not that much of an issue. Okay, let's continue to push in. So a good portion of the enemy army did rout, so that's a good thing. But I still need to dispose of those which are just pulling back for now. I also need to dispose of those enemy skirmisher. Okay, let's go there. So my legionnaire now are pushing once again, making sure that those that rout are routed for good. Well, while that was a pretty easy battle, I think that was a rather satisfying one in terms of proper representation of a battle of the antiquity. You have your troops which are staying in a kind of formation, fighting the enemy. So that's kind of satisfying. Also, the enemies seem to be regrouping much more. Okay, let's keep pushing there. And victory. That was kinda nice. So this is actually the beginning of my invasion, I believe. So I'm capturing now this town. There's 2 more to capture.
Ready for battle. Laying siege to the
Here I
settlement.
will build some ladder.
None will escape.
And I will wait because there's actually some ballista in there, which can be very deadly. Oh wow, you've seen that. There's also quite a bit of outsworn. So that can be rather tricky. Okay, well here I'm still chasing down a few enemy armies which are raiding around my territory. Let's eliminate them. This way the region will be secure for good.
Is that all?
Military tradition.
Ready for battle.
That's a welcome improvement.
Ready for... Set up the watch.
Yeah, let's verify that I need to build many buildings around here. Stabilize the region. Make it never revolt ever again.
Ready for
And
battle.
here there's one enemy faction which has captured that town. I will have to either declare war on them or make the town revolt. I'm not sure what I'll do there now.
Ready for orders.
Okay, legion from there. Okay, that legion is now ready to be engaged in some war, so I will bring them to secure the goals over here. Enforce march. And I think I will actually raise another legion if I can. Yes, I can. I can even reinstate the legacy, which make them already competent in some domain. So let's recruit veteran legionaries, some velites, some cavalry, 1 unit of Praetorian for the sake of it, and what's that? These are what? First cohort. Okay, let's recruit more veteran legionaries. There we go. On that region, I can actually develop a little my military power, so I'll do so. And now here, I guess I should
We
wait,
hunger for battle.
but will upset my neighbor south by raiding the area, which will annoy him greatly. But it won't necessarily lead me to a war, for example. So
At your command.
that's a trade-off. He might very much dislike me, but he won't necessarily go to war. Okay, here what do I want? That region is... Okay, it's okay globally. I might want to increase the rate of converting people. Okay, let's invest in that. And that as well. Wait, I'm doing 2 times the same thing, and let's diversify a little. I will make another temple, which will increase my research rate. I guess here I will also do different temples. That will make the people much more happy. I do have a lot of food, so might as well develop a little those town center, and what it will do is that it will increase the size of my garrison. Now here I still have one legion which is completely stuck, and here actually have another legion which just landed here. So I will end this turn. I don't believe there's anything more I can do. Even though I'm full of cash, I can develop buildings, but I don't see an incentive in doing so at the moment. Because the way I see it, it's best to keep your money and develop as you need when you need it in your expansion.
Only the greatest dare speak of peace to their enemies.
Oh, they want to become a client state. Sure. Wow, that's the first time that ever happened. A faction which I was at war with decided to become a client state of mine. Now that's actually a nice client state to have, because they're having a lot of territory in England, and also since they are isolated like that, they won't necessarily start a war with anybody, so they won't drag you into a useless war. Anyway, as you can see here, I'm already busy with my own war. So let's that will be a pretty intense battle. So let's go for it. There was a couple of buildings. Now what you see there is the army which is attacking me, but it's not the army which is the most dangerous. Most dangerous one is the one that comes in reinforcements. Okay, now in this case I don't really have much visibility, as you can see. I don't see a thing, actually. I don't know about you, but that will be nearly a blind fight for my troops. I guess what I'll do here is I'll just deploy in a position where I will be able to block enemy attack using those towns. For example, I guess here I will deploy some legionnaires, actually more than that. Make that 4 group, and I will deploy them to that position around here, which will completely block them, hopefully. I will then bring my other legions in the back, and Praetorian in reserve, while I will bring my velites here. My cavalry on the other end will be pretty far, because I want them to go destroy those ballista, which can be quite a pain for my legionnaires. And actually, what that make me think is that I should probably spread my legionnaire even more. Or actually, there's a new function to those legionnaire. It's loose spacing. So that's part of the mod. Normally I don't have that, but I never really tried that. So what it does is that now my Roman troop spacing is much larger. And it's actually much more accurate historically, because the Roman did need some spacing to fight. And because if they were just fighting shield to shield, they will not have had much space to maneuver with their sword. So you need some spacing up to a certain point. I guess since Praetorian are boosting morale, I will put them on the side, like this. And my general will be here, while my skirmisher will be in between here.
Yes, Commander.
There we go. And now let's send my cavalry, which we barely see. So we'll send them to chase down the enemy ballista. Let's follow them like that. That's what we call riding blindly. Alright, so let's see, ballista are over there. I will charge them. I really don't see a thing.
Romans to a man.
Of course, as you can see, my debug camera is kinda helping me out, figuring out what's happening, which is probably making it a little easier than if I had the traditional camera. But it does allow me to show you much cooler move, for example. Oh great, they're actually attacking me in the back.
Melee troops awaiting orders.
That was unexpected. I'll deploy into a square. It's time to make Napoleon time learning pay off. Okay. So, charging those ballista. There's only one group of slingers which decided to engage my legionnaire from the front. So it seems that I will mostly have to fight over here. What we can do is literally invert the situation. So I will just rush in here. Since the enemy are bringing in reinforcements from that side. I will run all the way here. And simply recreate my formation. There we go. There's also an enemy general which is over there. I guess I will try to intercept him. These are noble ores, but I will likely be able to outnumber them quite a bit. Alright, so let's redeploy my skirmisher in a meaningful formation. I suppose that I should probably commit perhaps 2 units. Yeah, 2 units of veteran legionaries just to make sure that I'm not flanked here. Okay, and who are these? Okay, these are my legionnaire, which are not exactly as I wanted them to be. There we go. I have my first cohort, which will support my legionnaire. I have my Praetorian, which will keep the morale up. So what just happened is really an inversion of the situation. Okay. That friendly or enemies, it's really hard to distinguish the colors in that fog. Full of Old Sworn are coming in. These are supposed to be really overpowered. That might be quite a challenge to block them. Okay, well, here my veteran legionaries are engaging a few units of cavalry. Same here, cavalry. With my own cavalry, I shall probably take the opportunity of all the enemy being bunched up around here to sneak around. Oh, there seems to be a path here as well, which I had not noticed previously. As you can see, a lot of pressure on my troops. I will send reinforcements. Oh, there's some ballista over here. Great target for my cavalry. Okay, small fight here. Here they did manage to find a small entry point. Men are wavering. Really? Where? There's another entry point here.
Sons of Mars! Take formation!
Let's fight for that zone as well.
First cohort!
I think I will
Loose formation!
cancel the loose formation. Well, it's because there's some ballista somewhere,
Swift riders at your command!
which I need to find. And they're right here.
Our general has fallen.
Oh, don't tell me that they fired their ballista on my general. Really? That's what is really cheap about this AI. You just fire on the general, which is totally fine. I don't mind that. It's great strategy. But it's like your general might be 1,000 kilometers away, and they will prioritize the destruction of your general nonetheless. It doesn't matter that you have an army in between.
Melee troops!
Okay. Quite the fight here. Yeah, that's a pretty epic fight. And now I do have some cavalry, which I'll use to charge them in the back. But a little too low there. That's a pretty nice move. Well, here my troops seem to be defeating the enemy pretty well. Same here. The enemy are all wavering because they're really stuck. I think they're really starting to rout big time here.
Orders!
I will just chase down the fleeing enemies. Well, that was a well-executed battle. Very satisfying. Yeah, that was very nice. I did not... Well, I did lose quite a few troops there. I did lose 756 troops. And I killed 3,000, but that was a good fight. My legionnaire fought bravely. And I lost my general. That's why you should not invest much in your general or hope much from those generals, because they keep dying all the time. And there we go. What is that? Yeah, I do have one unit of legionnaires. And I guess I will be defending that place personally. So that will be the next episode. So I'll see you there.